Good Saturday morning, viewers. And today is, what is it today? The 20th or the 21st? 20th. Look at that. There's the MF8 tractor that my son picked up there last week. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, I forget. Anyway, it's a hydro. It's not a geared machine. So the hydro ahead and back. So he's got an engine in there that we had here. It's got electric start on it, which is what he wanted. He's still in the figuring stages yet, but anyway, it'll come together. It's a 1972 MF8. And it was the 9th tractor made at the start of 1972. And he's found an engine bonnet and stuff for it. We have a bunch of stuff around here, not a whole lot of stuff, but a bunch. Anyway, today is going to be maybe put engine in that I had fixed up in my 12 episode parts that I was working on for the last 2 weeks. So we're going to maybe put that engine in today. Now, I know probably a lot of you have never even seen this tractor. And it's been stored away. Get some light in here, maybe. There. Stored away, and then of course stuff stored on top of it. So there it is right there. So we gotta dig it out, I guess, if we're gonna put an engine in it. Anyway, this tractor is basically the same as the tractor I have at home with the cab on it. Like nice cab. So this was originally a Jacobson because of the orange color. Somebody painted it blue. And it would be the equivalent to an LGT 165 Ford tractor. So it's got the adjustable seat. It's got the bigger fuel tank, 5-gallon fuel tank. It's got an hour meter. And there was something else that the LGT 165s had that the lower horsepower tractors did not have. And I forget, there's another thing too. The adjustable seats, you could, there's the handle there. You can see that. You could move the seat ahead or back. 5-gallon tank. The hour meter. Oops, there's our light gone. And there was one other thing. I can't remember what it was. Now this tractor has a different option, which is very, very rare. I think, anyway. I've never seen it on any other one. It has front-mounted hydraulics. All the tractors have. And it's hard to see in here, I guess. Anyway. There's an extra lever there for the hydraulics on the front anyway. I'll get a better picture of that at some point. Anyway, that's what we're up to today, I think. Now to find all the bits and pieces. That's the thing. And what is going on over here? So yeah, he's got his Ford Mustang out. I got to get that case tractor home. And he's got to get his MS-16 out for cutting grass. And that's all coming up yet, so. All right, we're gonna shut you off at that point, I guess, for now. The other thing that he has done, if you remember that 2017 Ford Escape he was working on. It's all done. Engine is working, turbo is working. He's got all new brakes. And he took it to his work and got them to detail it, so it's all shined up and ready to go. Nice looking little car, great looking paint on it. I like the color. Of course, if you go up close to it, it's got its little bits and pieces here, scratches and little tiny spots of rust and things like that, but that's normal for around here. Anyway, there we go for now. We'll see how the day goes. Son doesn't like being on camera, so it may not be much of a video that way for us putting the engine in. Anyhow, that is good for now. Well, I'll get back to you later. That's how we got the engine here. The son had a great idea. He took that piece of wood and we screwed the engine right to it, and then the two of us could grab either end, and we slid it in the back of his Expedition, and we just slid it out onto the hoist here. So now we're just going to slide that up to the other end. Not all the way, just up to the arms up there. And then we'll get the tractor around and in on the hoist and get at it. All right, a little further ahead. Got her pushed in. You can see the hydraulics on the front, two ports there. That's an optional thing. You can see here. Front hydraulics, and all tractors have that pattern on them, but none of them have the cutout or the handle for the hydraulics. So it's a rare option, that one. There now, we'll get started at it. Well, we're making a little bit of progress here. We don't know for sure if we got the drive shaft from the engine into, or the crankshaft into the drive shaft coupling all the way. Kind of fighting with that, but I'm not sure. I don't think it goes in and stops, so that's about it, I think. So anyway, it's in there, so we'll have to keep moving on. So we are moving along here at Noel's Garden Tractors and Firewood, and today is garden tractors. Depending on what goes on later today, there might be firewood, but I kind of don't think so. Anyway, we're moving along here on the tractor, so I'll give you a switch around here and we can have a look. Hang on a second. So it doesn't really look much different than the last time you seen it there, but anyway, we have got her hooked up into the engine and mounts now. So as I was saying, there's normally, in one of the last Part 12 videos, there's normally rubber mounts in here that bolt to the engine here. So that gives it a little bit of movement. Well, I couldn't seem to find them mounts, and they were always fooling with them, trying to keep things tight and the engine moving. And so anyway, welded in brackets there, and same thing on the other side. Bolts through on both sides, just like it's welded in. No movement, which is a good thing. Now, I'm kind of just at the point where I'm going to hook up the gas line, and I've got some gas here. I have the cables hooked up for the choke and the throttle. The son has been working on the other side, doing some figuring on the wiring, which way that goes, where everything used to go and what's going to go. Got the ground wire is hooked up, and you can see bolts through, and there's the new metal piece there that we welded in on this side. So she ain't gonna move. There's no movement in that engine. Like I say, just like the older tractors, they had the base welded to the frame, welded right to that frame. Anyway, like I say, we're moving along here. I'd say he's gone to get some din there, so we'll have some din and maybe an adult refreshment, and we'll continue on. I'd say in an hour or two it might be running. So, but then there's still a lot of work to do. I have to get the snowblower bracket out from underneath yet, because I'm hoping to put the mowing deck on. Battery, we got to get a battery for it, and there may be some front tin work to go on the engine here yet. It's around that sort of thing. Of course, all that stuff was broken. We had fixed it and stuff, and of course, it's never going to be the same as the original. So, because it's a closed-sided tractor, it's going to have all the exhaust in there, but I don't know what to do with that yet. But anyway, we'll get her running and see. So it's sat for a year and a half or so. All the tires are still got air in them. And it's gonna work, I'd say. So yeah, the extra work yet is to find all the tin work, the engine bonnet, grill, bolts to put it all together, side panels. That's all got to be found yet. And then once we have it together and we run it a little bit and see if it's going to be all right, then we'll start looking for the mowing deck pieces. There's a mule drive that goes on the front. I think I know where that is, but it's going to take some time and looking yet to find all the stuff for the drive system and the deck. I know where the deck is, but it's a matter of getting it out. So it takes a little time for that stuff. But it's coming along. Here's what we have here. This is the model of this tractor. From what I found out a number of years ago, that this tractor is a 1987. Even though they stopped making them in 1983 as a Ford, Homelight still continued to make them for a while, I guess. Anyway, but I think, as far as I can remember, for what I found out, it's a 1987. A Homelight Dextron. So that's that. Now, I guess I'll shut you off here, and if I keep rambling and going on foolish, it'll end up being a long video. So I'll just stop talking and shut you off. Goodbye now. We'll be back later. All right, we're at the point of contact here, so I'm going to run the camera and my son is going to start it, but I'm going to try and keep him out of the video. All right, contact. The stuff in the back here for weight is rattling. That's all right. Down again. Quit. That's not good. Anyway, we'll get back to you. All right, we had a little tiny bit of trouble there. Again, that's what a fuel pump is for. I figured we had enough fuel in the tank to make it run, but it just was at that point where it wouldn't put fuel into the carburetor. What I did put in the tank, I did put quite a bit of fuel in the tank, and it filled and the thing run and everything, and all of a sudden she just wouldn't run anymore. So then you're thinking, well, is there spark, is there plug is bad, is there compression, did the valve stick again? You know, all these things are... Anyway, checked a bunch of things and took the bowl off the carburetor, and the float was in the down position and the needle was down in the down position, so turned on the fuel and no fuel coming out. So fooled around with that a bit, and then we figured that there wasn't not enough fuel in the tank, I guess, so we put more fuel in it, and there she goes. So she's back to running again. But now this engine didn't come with a a fuel pump, and it came out of the same tractor, we believe is what this tractor was the side panel tractor, so the tank would be in the same position. We had about that much fuel in the tank. So when you come across, I was right about probably at that level with the carburetor, but she wouldn't put any fuel into the carb. So we filled her up now. We've got her up with probably that high, I guess, and she's back to working again. But that's where, if you had a fuel pump there, you wouldn't have that problem. It would feed the carburetor. Anyway, that's kind of one of them head scratches and pulling your hair out at the same time kind of a thing. So we're pretty well done of what we want to do for today. That was our goal, was to get it in there, and it's in there. The son made a little exhaust deflector there, so that might help move the exhaust out the front of the tractor. Anyway, we'll see about that, I guess. And it is now raining outside, so I guess I won't be doing any sawing on the log pile. So we'll see if it'll start again here, I guess. Like I say, she's got, I know last time we had it in here and servicing it, which would be probably 2 years ago, we had we got that working, so it's an hour meter. All right, let's see if she'll go. Ooh, boy, that choke is stiff. Just like that. She may need a little tweaking yet. Yeah. All right, she needs a bath too. Like I say, there's still a lot of things to do though yet. We'll have to get this off too. We don't need that on for grass cutting. There's a sleeve hitch on her also. This one. Nice and smooth. Oh, you got it like that. All right, I guess that's going to conclude. That's going to conclude this video of the engine going in the tractor. Oh, well, that's a great thing. We'll get back to you when we have more done. We'll get another video of it as it progresses. Goodbye now.